One shot. Let's begin. Dragon Quest XI S. The Elegy of Thieves by Mashima Heroes and Square Enix. Translated by Optic in the Sorcerer Weekly. So, I've I've never played Dragon Quest game, but I hear they're like really good and really popular in Japan. I hear that they're so popular, at least from my friend, this is all hearsay. Um, I hear from my friend that it's such a popular series that like the economy slows down when it's released. Like so many people call off of work that like it's like oh no, we wouldn't have enough people to cover it there. It's kind of like when I think Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5 got released in America, and they're like, oh, it's a noticeable slowdown that correlates with that getting released. Or when the Phantom Menace, the first Star Wars film, or Star Wars Episode 1 came out after being hyped for years. Yeah. So we'll see what this is. They got Mashima Hero, so probably pretty big. So let's begin, everybody. What Yu-Gi-Oh franchise is that? V Reigned. I would not have guessed that. I was gonna guess Zexal, because I don't keep with Yu-Gi-Oh. The Thieves Elegy, the mysterious thief Eric and his origin story. Like Eric Leafhausen, the novice thief Eric and the thief's apprentice Derek. Derek, is that flaming ice sword treasure really here? There's no doubt about the information that I have purchased. Even if you say that, there's no treasure here or anything. No people, no buildings, and no monsters either. By the way, brother, it's awfully closed, isn't it? Seems alright to me. That's my bro for you. Hey, Derek! Hang it, Dirk. Hey, Dirk. Like Lil Dirk. Hey, Dirk, hang in there. Damn it! Oh, I smell delicious soup. Huh? This way, brother! Wait up. What's with this snowstorm? Oh, the smell of soup is this way. How can you even smell soup in a storm like this? Huh? You mean you don't know this smell? It smells like something, but it isn't soup. It's the smell of treasure. Let's see, brother. The storm's clearing up. Yeah. What's going on? Where did this village come from? It seem, it seems, it seems some more have followed the thieves' noses here again. Welcome to the thieves' graveyard, my fine thieves. Huh? How did you know we were thieves? You can lower your guards. It's fine. Everyone living here is a thief. The village of banditry, Thieves' Cage. A village of thieves? What in the world? It's a village where thieves who gathered in search of the flaming ice sword live, unable to escape the snowstorm. Come with me. I am the oldest veteran in the village. I'm a great thief who'd make even crying kids cry. The one that they fear as the devil's hand get thorough. I've been trapped in this village for 15 years now. It makes me cry. I'm Torna. I came here 2 years ago. I'm fed up with the same old scenery every day. Been 4 years for me. And it's been 4 years for me. I want to see the outside world already. Is everyone here really a thief? So it would seem. Did you not notice when I stole your sack of gold? Huh? When did that happen? It was back then, wasn't it? Oh, I noticed all right. That's why I put rocks in it instead and slipped it back into your pocket. What? Also, I took your wallet and some kind of stone. And I also grabbed your hat in the process. Huh? Amazing. Even a crying child may cry again. Grrr. To wear a girl's hat, he's some pervy guy. Amazing! Pervy thief! We got a pervy thief here. Looks like we've got an incredible guy on our hands. You just might be able to steal the flaming ice sword. Huh? No good. We really can't get out. Even though we would come here just fine. So why? It's all part of the flaming ice sword's curse. Curse? Follow me. A church? I don't feel like making a confession. Look, over there. That is the flaming ice sword. It's a phantom treasure that possesses the power of flames, even though it's made of ice. Oh, we finally found it. It's so beautiful. But don't you think it's strange? Why no one has stolen it even though it's right in front of us? There's a reason it hasn't been stolen. Just read the monument. To all the foolish thieves who desire me, you shall be trapped with me and perish. If you touch me, you shall be turned to ashes. If you move me, you shall be turned to ashes. I do not belong to anyone, but the foolish thieves are mine. May you be trapped with me and be lost to time for eternity. However, if you can hold me in your hand, you shall be freed from this eternal prison. That writing is so unsettling. Ash, look by your feet. Burn marks. Those were 6 people. All of them. The moment they touched the flaming ice sword, they were reduced to ashes. And I haven't seen that moment once myself. Something that changes people who touch it brings back bad memories. So this means neither touching nor moving is allowed? How am I gonna steal this sword? I wonder. This will be interesting. What are you saying? Edith the Mayor expects you to do it. It's absolutely impossible. You'll die. But can you stay in a place like this forever? Can you? You probably could, brother. You can't. So, you do plan to stay here forever? That's not what I mean. But I can't see that a second time. A comrade's body bursting into flames. I just can't bear to see that again. I don't plan on turning to ashes, but I've got to steal it, or we won't ever get out of here. I need to steal it. Oh, brother! Such an interesting village this is. You can't walk down a street without getting your pocket picked. No kidding. Everyone here is a thief. And I didn't expect them to keep the building so clean, even though they're thieves. Brother, have you thought of a way to steal the flaming ice sword? Nope. But something's been bothering me. Dirk, let's go look at that flaming ice sword again. Huh? But I'm already going to sleep. It's a nice sword, but it's wreathed in flames despite being made of ice. It can't be touched and it can't be moved. Just how am I supposed to steal it? Well, this is going to be a fun mystery. Somehow, it seems as I'm being tested, and I don't like it. Dirk! Oh, for the love of... Why do I feel so uneasy? Is it what's written on the monument? No, that's not it. Just who put this sword here, and how? Everyone living here is a thief. I've been trapped in this village for 15 years now. It's been 4 years for me, and I've been here for 6 years. I didn't expect them to keep the building so clean. Don't tell me this is... Hey, wake up, Dirk! But I'm not hungry. You sure talk in your sleep a lot. Let's see.
What's going on? Looks like all the villagers are here. Is it those newcomers from yesterday? What are they trying to start?
Is this everyone?
Yup. And I think you've heard this, but there are 6 of us 6 feet under.
Right now, I'm gonna steal the flaming ice sword. Then it's goodbye to this village trapped in the snowstorm. What? Seriously? Don't, you're gonna die! But first, there's something I need to check. I want you all to tell me how long you've been trapped here. What does that have to do with anything? It's fine. Just do what my brother says. Well, as I told you, yesterday was 4 years, 6 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Same as me. 5 years. 2 years. 6 years. 2 years for me. Me and Dirk have been here for 1 day. We're newcomers. And you're
15 years.
So the mayor's been here the longest for 15 years. After that, people started coming here one after another 6 years ago.
Yep, that would be the case.
Was there anybody here before you?
Nope.
Then there's no doubt about it. The flaming ice sword can be taken. Not by me, but by your hands. Ha ha ha.
But what are you?
It's likely that you could touch the flaming ice sword perfectly fine.
What?
That monument was... Who do you think you are? You're trying to use a senior to see if people really burn, aren't you? No. I don't want to see that again. I can't bear to see a comrade die. No one's going to die. You have to trust me. Trust you? You're just a stranger who only came here yesterday. The rest of us have been living here together for years. But you're not living here because you want to. You want nothing more than to get out of here. The same goes for all of us.
But
Yeah, you're different. You're the only one who wants to be here. The one who put the ice sword here was you, wasn't it? As the story goes, the first one to find the flaming ice sword in the snowstorm was you. If you're a thief, usually you just take it by hand. Or rather, it's unnatural to not take it by hand.
what are you saying? You saw the monument, didn't you? Who wouldn't be spooked knowing you couldn't touch the flaming ice sword?
What's written on the monument doesn't matter. What made me uncomfortable all this time was the stone in the monument. Haven't you ever heard of deterioration? It's a natural phenomenon that causes things to age and fade depending on the number of months and years. And that monument, by my estimate, was made 7 or 8 years ago. In other words, that monument didn't exist the first time you came here. And another thing. In a village this cold, you're the one whose breath isn't misting. Isn't that just a little suspicious?
No! This is.
His breath? I didn't even notice. It would seem the flaming ice sword was bait to lure thieves here.
Roar! You goddamn brat! My precious village! To disobey Gataro-sama, who makes even crying kids cry! I cannot let you live!
Monster! A mayor turned into a devil. What? Can't be. This is so very bad. So, you've shown your true form.
If you just sit down nice and be quiet, you could have been my treasure playthings forever.
What are you after?
Why, to collect these from all around the world. I'm a hardcore thief collector. Thieves are just the coolest. They're super nimble, right? And they got these wicked looks in their eyes, and they've got great noses. Oh God, I just can't resist.
What a strange hobby you have.
So what if I collect whatever I want? There are a ton of guys here who collect medals for reasons I don't get. I love thieves. I want to own them all. Is that so wrong?
You should also know thieves don't like being owned by anyone.
Ah, shut up. Now that I've been exposed, I'm just gonna kill you all.
You mean you've been fooling us all this time?
Shut it.
I thought we were friends. Torna, don't do it.
You were my favorite. What a shame.
Take that!
Huh?
Huh?
That attack won't work on me. Ha ha ha!
Brother! Eric!
Everyone stand back. It's pointless. I get Thoro-sama make even crying kids cry. Even kids who don't cry start crying.
Well, I don't want to make anyone cry.
All your tears will come out when you're burning alive.
Brother! Oh no, the sword! He's gonna bump into it. He's done for! He'll turn to ash. Ooh, and he grabs the sword.
Huh?
Brother took the sword. How's he alright?
My glove! When did you steal it?
I figured these gloves were for holding the sword. They do call you the Devil Hand after all. You figured? You didn't seem all that confident before. I'm not the kind to think too hard about the future. I'm a thief after all.
Ah, these really are the best. But that won't work. From now on, everyone here is family.
Family? Eric! Also, I took your wallet and some kind of stone. That stone from before? It's a bomb stone! Strike it! Got it!
A bomb stone? Hey, if you hit that with a flame sword.
Huh.
My village!
The flaming ice sword and the glove, they disappeared. The snowstorm disappeared. We could go outside. Hooray! What an incredible guy.
Eep, eek. Oh, please don't kill me.
As if you're the one who's been keeping us trapped all those years. You're gonna pay.
I was once renowned around the world as a great thief, but as I stole all kind of treasure around the world, I felt deep inside that there was no point to it all. The thing I truly wanted more than anything wasn't treasure, but a family. So I figured the best way to start a family was to start getting other thieves just like me. And before I knew it, I turned into a monster.
You expect us to believe that story?
But I still wished for a family.
Well, what you did was wrong. The time we spent together wasn't bad either. I feel grateful that these who gathered here allowed me to experience a family.
Oh, Torna.
Even though you're such a thief, you're such a clumsy person, we're not gonna take your life. Hurry up and leave. Look at all the treasure the mayor beneath his house. Score! Let's divide it among everybody. Hey, jackass, don't steal it from me. You really don't want to share? I don't have fond memories of gold. Brother, look what I found. Oh! What is this? It looks like a smith's table. This is the mysterious smith's table, isn't it? I see. This is how the glove for the ice sword was made. What an amazing treasure, brother! I'm not interested in it, Dirk. You could have it. Huh? You're not very thief-like, are you? You won't even steal anything with this much treasure in front of you. I stole the flaming ice sword, didn't I? Didn't that disappear? Once I've stolen something, it doesn't matter. You're a strange one. That's the kind of guy my brother is. Thieves' Cage. A fitting name, don't you think? A thief's cage. Maybe it's because I wound up in jail that I had that familiar dream. Good grief, would you keep it down? What an annoying guy we have here. You were just thrown in prison, and you're already kicking and screaming? What a desperate guy you are. I had no idea what would happen after that. I don't worry about the future, but I had a hunch. Might mean this guy would lead to a great adventure. Eric's adventure and yours in Dragon Quest XIS. Awesome, awesome. So, one thing what I had to point out about the Dragon Quest series, sorry about that, that I think is pretty relevant. Just let me make sure I Google Dragon Quest. XI. Okay. Okay, so that's the protagonist. Got it. Okay. Now I can bring it back in. I guess we'll do a little bit of a critique first before we go on. Does this make me want to play the game? I don't feel strongly like I need to play the game after seeing this here. Like, I think as a Dragon Quest fan, maybe this would convince me, like if I was, but I'm not a Dragon Quest fan. I barely know about this series. I only know about it because of my friend and because my sister played. I forget which Dragon Quest one, but the guy had like a red bandana, and then or that she beat it, right? And I didn't bear pay attention. You could like raise him as Pokemon or something. I think that I am mildly interested in the story of Eric, and seeing what the whole like theme of Thieves is, and like, is this gonna be a series about like thieves doing their own thing, and then like the others are great heroes? Because I believe the main character is called Hero, isn't he? And so them being thieves would not be heroes, or maybe they're like, we'll steal everything, or like think about that. I believe that guy's the main character. I think he was in Smash, right? Dragon Quest 11. Main character. What's his name? Main character name. The Luminary. Okay, so his name is the Luminary. And the Luminary is in Smash Brothers too. That's part of like why I recognize this guy. So I think Smash Brothers might be a better advertisement than this here. But the thing I appreciate about this is that, so this is a series that was drawn and illustrated by Akira Toriyama, right? The Dragon Quest series. And so one thing I'll notice about this fairy tale author is that he'll draw like these main characters here in his fairy tale style, right? Like you could go and identify, but like, okay, this is Mashima, This is Mashima. Whatever the last name is, I forget. I'm sorry. So right here, you could very tell identifiably that this is him. But then as you look a little bit closer, okay, that's like a Kira Toriyama-esque here. You could see like the side characters are very much done in the Dragon Quest style. Like these look like Akira Toriyama drawings, like Dragon Ball drawings, the background characters there, and fairy tale characters amongst them. Like this, it distinctly does look like that. And I'm like, okay, that's really nice, right? So he's incorporating his own style, which is why they hired him, right? If they wanted somebody to just emulate Akira Toriyama style, they would have just hired somebody to emulate Akira Toriyama style. But instead, they're like, no, fairy tale author, we want you to incorporate your own pizzazz with this story here. Make it more marketable. Maybe the fairy tale fandom probably has some crossovers with this here because they're both like mystical series, I assume, right? Or like, those old nightly series. Um, yeah. So that's a thing. Um, and I think as a story, I think it's solid. I think the fact that the mayor is there for so long is pretty good. Like, okay, 15 years, he's suspicious. Running the gauntlets, that's a good way to go and do that there. Him not having breath, that's something that I myself didn't quite notice either. But he's very deliberate about that, right? Like, boom, boom, breath, breath. And I'm going to assume that's breath versus, like, just a random big snowball, right? So, boom, boom, boom. And then we could see as we're going through all of this here, they do have a little air bubble, but he doesn't have an air bubble coming out. So that's a very nice detail that I didn't even notice as it was going on here. But if you go back and read it, it's very clear. The rock deterioration, um, I, can you really tell if it deteriorates over 6 or 7 years? It seems like a rather short period of time, but I'm sure somebody who knows about geology and rocks might be able to know that. But I don't think um, what'll be known is the magic effect on it. Is how magic affects the preservation of stone. I don't know if that's the they teach you. You know, I have a feeling they don't teach you that. So yeah, let me look up Dragon Quest XI sales. Is it a successful game? 6 million copies is a lot. That is very successful. Um, Damn, that is crazy. Let me see Dragon Quest effect. Days off. Um. Oh, here we go. Japan really closed out for release. Um. Let's see. They take it off on a day, so that way. Um. They release the game on Sunday, so people don't take the day off. Why is Dragon Quest? I want to see if there's any quest released. Japan never passed a law. Okay, here we go. So that's why Dragon Quest only comes out on Saturdays. Ever wonder why Dragon Quest games are always released on Saturday? This is from thegamer.com. Hopefully it's reputable. Popular games usually cause a dip in attendance either at work or school. Here in the West, we've just come to accept that as society, both employers and employees have an unspoken trust to play the latest Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto game as soon as it comes out, regardless of what day of the week it comes out. Say the happened in Japan only with Dragon Quest causing the truancy. Rumor had it that absenteeism was so bad that Japanese government passed a law requiring the Dragon Quest games be released on a Saturday in order to avoid people skipping work or school. That's only partially true. Japan never passed a law, but Square Enix did enact an internal rule that required that all Dragon Quest games be released on Saturday in order to avoid everyone shirking the responsibilities to play a video game. Dragon Quest series executive producer Yu Makai explained in an interview, basically, it was a generally accepted practice in the industry to have games shipped out on a Thursday, but there were kids skipping school to go and buy the game. So we went from the Nintendo to have Dragon Quest released on a Saturday as a special exception to that. That's interesting. I think that's interesting because it's Nintendo cutting a special deal, and they don't usually do that. They're like, okay, for the sake of the country, we'll do that. And it's also true, like I mentioned this earlier, people just skip work because something super popular going on. Like for me, just this year, past school year, because the school year's finished here. Um, when Spider-Man 2 and the latest Mario game came out, I forget the name of it. Like so many kids were absent. It was like, oh snap! Like a good 40 to 50% of my kids are gone here. Oh no, wait, what's going on? Then when the kid's like, yeah, Spider-Man 2 was released today, and it's like, oh, okay, right, I forgot about that. So neat. Now, would I want to play this series? Maybe someday. Right now, I'm kind of playing Spider-Man Miles Morales because I'm trying to get back into video games because I'm kind of bored, honestly. Well, not bored. It's just a weird spot where, like, to get care of all the animals, cleaning up after them when I'm not here, and like all this stuff. And oof, and yeah, no, there's a lot going on here, so it's busy, but I'm forced to kind of be in the house for a while. Um, so yeah, I just need something to entertain. Fire Emblem has not been it. It's been fun, but I want to try other games, like Miles Morales, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know, but this is nice. I liked it. Does this make me not? Does it make me want to play the game? Not necessarily, but I will say that I am intrigued enough that maybe I could potentially, if I was a bigger Dragon Quest fan, probably, because they're like, oh, this is like after credit scene where you see the hero, and I don't know if he has a history or anything, or he's just new for the series. But yeah, it's interesting, and I could say that much about it. And that's really all you could do. You're drumming up interest, and if nothing else, I myself am advertising the game, even if it's been out for a while. But anyway, looks like I think we've done all of Mashima Hero's one shots that were translated in English. He has at least one more, but it's in German, and I can't read German unfortunately. But nice. So I guess we'll call it there then. Um, awesome, awesome. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.